Good morning, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jibe raba dawada banko kanin banko e bandala. Nal konton nal bismillah na program odon kamin kumandi Think Point Podcast. Damin mi alon ko onka banko dingol samana mon mi alon ko e farmansa da bake. Waleba banko doko kono pour kaje kay sendi jeng. Ni ka kacha kula mi alon ka badani banko doko la. Anum farang abadani kula mi alon ka badani politiko farana ufanna nyina. Bari mba political sanja no nyina kono. Kunu nale akaramuta nalunda on sada mi anna ko ni ka cara bake lamin mane mi anna ko abada United Democratic Party ani ikamin kumandi sedina jaju mi anna ko atalum spokesperson ti National Unity Party NUP for lamin jedabo kaja kere fendi mi anna ko adiada bake andu jeto natanda la ko bimba min soda la wala mun fama barindi Uncle Bob Ture mi anno ka sirinda wala Finland banko nyinga mola mi anno ka toma nu bake gambela politiko kono bari mola mi ana farmansa da bake ni ada gambela politiko kono jibe bimba jiber kala Bob Ture ala public life la to momina wulu na lon ka wulu gambe banko kan ala kranwal damo da nyaadi mun tole ay matol mi nga gambe banko kan fa fini da kata atibawdu banko nyinga ana tata no munal la tibawdu banko nyinga pour ka jako ka Bob Ture kalong jamalam Bob Ture di baring jama ndakala femina walam ko moli ye long outside politics ya long ita mum mintinu janin politiko binala baring mo jamal kamera politiko le modul define para tra wolum mola de minial no ko i mera kata ko ka kam bake banko kanin banko e bandala janin politiko dunni la ko nyingon so baring wol ka fendi mena ko maya bake ndakala fi bake anin na audience on pour kaje kam mollom bake mi ana ka ba de ni ko sifal nyina jani wodu mba Uncle Bob Turela maya ko yella o fananyina anin jiba rani lo mera sanyo kondo den sanadum program ni kono Bob
Abaraka
bismillah.
abaraka bake mbarindingo aliu abunya yatante bake pour kananan jam eko kombon koy bunya le long so bunya ni wal extending na be la moy lal be konton bawo banku kachalo mo kilin tanteng mbere denta banko la memo gambiate wala nakera gambiate ntanteng itanteng bari mbele tamu fana so mbina wala kachaka jam abaraka ali
Abaraka bake Uncle faran kondanda bake la fasaro la ani ka encourage no minga tumo mina na program damuta anin ka kuko da modol minga banko ni ada banko la tamandre nyani na fanala o fana yese o bake baring ka kole au bake no pour ka ja fonin kile da dum banko do ko kono bari ka restriction so da family la fanala bari ni mo so mi bolori koma ike advice ike encourage ike koma tap o ka fendi mi ano ka kuma ya bake badum na kaja kona saying afo gamben wale ani mol mi ano ke banjibe kanyin tembo nyina jamalam popturati ibulu ta sate jamale andum fana yakaram mun jamala aten kabri ba gambe banko ka
yes ali unte wuluda bako tele bari wulula mo fulale wulu mbama mu bako den koldi mfama mu gunjurun koldi kombo gunjur yo ndena sukura primary school la attend Gambia so mi karango damu da wol wato wo jamanu la primary school wol fon mansia o tundola bako del esa astaghfirullah jana sukutalomo aning serekunda aning kani fin wato wo jamanu la so wala tinanna mo jamal long so on transition to water to Sukura Secondary Technical School. So then from there, then I briefly taught at the Bakode Primary School briefly. So from there, for the past almost 3.5 decades ago, then at Finlandia. Since then, Finlandia, the Sabatri world to jump in the Dimbald. So that means I have spent more than half of my age here in Finland. So the world to then Finlandia.
ya kamrun ko modamanding ya tandi ko mum modi mi anno ko ibuluta bako tele bari ya ila bon so nyim fana bodo gunjure barin jama bal e kesu tani gunjure la bake tina bako tele maybe I mean maybe lamba dunno kaja nyin kono la afo mole I mean gunjur um society nyimba nyaadile annu atal kabral bi jewut mo nyina ni ada kulu wala fanala bare nde fonda kunkele na ndi amana non gunjuri nyamo fambo ka sabaje fendem fa dino nyin tugida gunjuri nyami afo mo le gunjuri wot matal dindi ya tamo gunjuri sade nyin kono munon kuwolti mi anno ko alka tara wol kono bake wo fannañin
nte wututa society min kono na min lo wolom horomo in line with alabato ntolli wuluta wala kono gunjur kono ako ñaami nte wuluta bakotele te na kulo fon beke bakotele bari nte fama keta multimine ya lon ko no kombo bere bere la wo jamano la minima wol long among sia because ni nata ne transportation la karola wato wolle ka wo silo keta nyaawa nya wolle ka o ka bulanyo no kan fon wo jamano la so horomo anin badiya gunjurun koy badiya cikandi bakel gunjuru be mu badi net ngenjul kilingolom so barke bali wolle wodin still kono kaje ko kuro at horomo ka wota at all time ka wo ke fente mi alon ko wo sake mari la safote so gunjur mo dinkiralti so gunjur ko ite fawnen ka do ni fawnen ne mu do ne ye fawnen so horomo satelum wala tena nin sabji la sena o ya diata bake to lon sena o ya mi alon ke ta jele ka nyon nen sabji nen gunjur bi wala nyam sa ñoo toñe be sa jele e tunu bare ko bula ñola na sena o ya danko do kolon min ben tema wala ten handi social media ndeka make sure ko na sabi jin ko limine yalon ko ni be politiko ko no warante mantala ku kilim fanko no nka make sure ko nka na boundary salam so badi yañe mo kunu badi yalti odon tollu bin to do ko mo pour ka o badi yañe continent.
That's incredible. So inara tani molo ko inara tama kata Finland bank wanyinka. But then ibita Finland bank wanyinka. What mo tumo mi ne ibita kan kara moda no. Itala hamen ko mo munati no. O fananya na baring mo mo wuluta kombo ikala fika ka fennedi. Anu mo jama la fani inspire no kabri ibita kan no kara moda for bi futa lami.
I mean okay. Nte bodo sade men do bi bakode at the time how mobe katara to awduta you know I mean it was something at the time but wo jamano la niya konti bakote kono ni mo tantata tuwa o mo kono tata tuwa abdu ni tanjango ibentelo konti la wol kono wo jamano la bari na alifal so do le mini alon ko ikera multimina aloko you know ya sila ke dolta andum fanan ye birim man sakunda do ko la bang for community service la bang e wol kele so wol mu keda multimina alon ko wol be ente inspire nata ulu society fanan kono society mi alon ko birin tol be dinding you know mo kini wala insaf ay nocho bawo ni I remember wo time wala alka kafol ni ka bal so de ka fal so kafol ni so to nata mo so de mi alon ko anata ke dimba ni mati ay beta every weekend telekanta kan be bende dinkira kining abi atal sannanye you know pour kan talat kan karande bina baru ko no dal ka responsible ndi o kafoni bi be ni mamari ngol lom par hande say o kafoni be bambandinne bila bambanta kunante ka fole monsters bakote so alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wol mum wollati min alon ko we are intertwined you know dol do to kala no fendi ni tol manke fendi tol fanata kala no fendi ni tol manke fendi so nanyo inspire or inspiration on was from that about o fanaldo
Bita Finland banko nyingam but jani baduna Finland banko nyingam jigita ifane ku karan ku ko la ku deta ku nyindal bare mba karo nyina kono you know nimba ma kasi wardo biya ko ku nyin fani mi ano ka kero tamo nyina I just want you to walk us through yamuna kalamta nun ku ko la ku deta ku nyin kono wala yamuna fana mo ni ato fana nyindo
nakala mutabake wolum fon wo arami salumo in fact wo no batan no arami so fon batu bakele katum footballo nyanta kala non serkunda wesla pago mi mu sukudala sofa nyamati ni manjina sofa nyama ning fo saraba ba wala nyanda plela sukuda serkunda wesla pago o Thursday nying wato mbebe o badu kabiko wato sofa nyama was a top team think fanang likewise saraba fanam top team da ka wona brikama so kudeta nyin hani sain tenyina la wo lungola ser kunda paga nyanda kala no wolto ulum fon sama ke defan on that very Thursday but the bidding na moy ko kudeta le be caring at the time wato of course malum fon me mu kudeta di passé na jël don feel social ning kidol nen lan robal be kuntun kuntun na ladal na ol be jele so mol be finti kan no luten because ante fon ma be da luten ladole NTC ninna coach ni ka fay famara sane Switzerland nate jana latre kunda ka fadame big 3 o big 3 nyinto min fon follow seleta fon o corrigeto ni NTC la corrigeto ni wutu na mari tolon fo bi tenyina la tola mari badi mo fon keda moti mi alon ko keda gande matayet o mari ni so mbe wolto na sukurol soto jele yine sukur dato berol luten so ato dindi ala caring fon denki ambe ibuka saya fon mira fon atam dul boto so na family fana they are very worried about me ben nyini kan so ning alo alambita ka fo bako de brio de bese kan nim bitam benta dia bita kan nyini alamane man ka farkela ya bandale bi o bandale bita nyini ka ko ko gonka de tele nyini no dada birum fata so ko no ko to ma wala lafta pro e bulo lankan because why be finti la pour kata so wato ko no bar mina rake itol fana nate muna fandela sukuro kadu bawo sukuro buka soto bawo sai sukuro bende bulo ko no ni ko ata amin warante team by fortune de la sukuro ni use at that time so na kalamutale fanfan andu na kalamutale ngomen nambe lore ko ye moto fo mi anan ko police to bori ba wato jamano gambe ba to fo mandia ko kari fela kanana kiro kumata kadu wato mole nyane man set sote ka fo ka mari ka yeman police ke ba lomu ka telephone central bank bol kantano at the time so na o kalam de la ba famfa ne na cousin brother ka fa fama roshane Switzerland aliou.
Sorry,
No problem.
Molam called you. Sorry. Yeah, but Mr. Tendeno, Janembana, Franco regular.
No problem. No problem.
It's a continue for Nanya. It's a continue.
Yes. So yes, kudeta nying after kudeta nying na me understand what I take most of the victims were kind of a target of vengeance. Ini aliu dunda nyola kunung ini aliu kudo nyetema be because of kido be kere kombanata aliu no kan na sembo ta kan bawo kido be bulo kono o mo jama ni tu nyin kudeta nyin ko nyin kono to fana man kido nyin kalango long ka tun najelem fao be loring NTC ni be Bartes at the time wato wo NTC nyin kono nyin tubabu dolor sangarol tata nun jele ga mol jele ka dum e ka dolo nyin ta dolo fon probably wol nana ma min fam so kidol be bulo kono wol be ka dale nun at the time 1981 the 30th of July 81. In fact, I remember that at the primary school level, na teacher do so don't kafaya Mr. Jalo, and a prayer before 81 kudeta from AK. Ako ala uncle nung this lane commander de memo ekuma honite. I remember we had a mock exam, but the school page it because ko yalo nyami wa to jamano lo niko mo fata ba sate bumbu no fango suto ebuka moja bantade fondin kele ka ya nyaawo nya bar wala itmali bu ka finde de o ka ke sunu dolti ha o kada nun kom gambia nun sunolte nun biri wo faro nyem boda nan bakaw barak soto ay gambe be ben sina kelen kada mol fon jida juna wolum fon because fente ko hadama dingon niele bota kol kedal no biri wo ko lalum den kudeta na take yes aliou.
Yeah, it was a touching moment though because we've realized that almost 800 Gambians were like what man okay for in Europe. Moment
Yeah.
now. Senegal la force na la por ka jawara restore. But yeah, now that Maduna Kachanyan kono, life in Finland. Uncle, when did you went to Finland? It out of Finland San Jamal, I know Kabrit out of Finland Bongo Yinkam. Na kalamda ko so the chojari afan and keja. Walk us through
Yes.
your life in Finland.
I've been not 35 years, almost 36 years, yeah, 35 years, let's say, Finland journey. Then as usual, bao inata banko le banko mi alanko, you don't have an old mother or an old father. So you need to regularize yourselves, in the country. So bawon be along Finland, wa jamanola, Gambenul man siya jang. Bijang bari man siya, it's just a handful of Gambians living in Janno. So bije wala kono, na kaitol nyini fo na kaitol soto na siyo nyinta na soniandi. So in the process fanang, bao is a requirement at the time nimu citizen ti first kada sojarial. So then I happen to be the first Gambian minta the Finnish army. At the time yeah long from racism was so high in the country. But nonetheless, I went there, even though the advice is sort of known from a very senior government officials, along the Finnish Human Rights Legal Secretary General, Nyoko Kata, Guy Kono, Belafta Kata, because at the end, someday, Dingol Binalanan in the army, and actually, what happened from Dingo at the army today. So, Kulkeda 10, and I have no regret going to the Finnish army. Inshallah, so I get attend. And since then, I make sure that I live by the rules of the country. I don't I don't fault law. So I make sure like the dignity in instill from back home in the Gambia. Now Fananta now maintain, and then I also inject the same discipline and then sense of responsibility to my children. Alhamdulillah, I am blessed with 5 children. I have 3 grown-up children and 2 minors. And Alhamdulillah, Rabbi Alameen, the adults, I'm so happy. They've really taken the mantle to pursue a dignified life for themselves and for my family. Aliou.
Hello?
Yes, Aliou.
You got mother, right?
Yeah, I'm Moigan.
Yeah, you can go ahead. You just called, but I put off my phone now, so they
Yeah,
cannot call me anymore. You can go
yes.
ahead.
Yeah, so Wolomo Finlandi. And then
Uh,
I currently
Currently
working for
working
a
for
corporate
a
company
corporate
in the
company.
local world. And for the
The
past
past
26 years
6 years.
plus for B. So Finland is a home of me, I would say. Banko mi alon ko ye feofen ale feofen ni boyla sabu kul sabu ya so de janne. Actually, me and see Finland na cousin brother or na elder na brother. You understand? Dolla about
In
Bago
about
Liakon,
something.
Lekavoko na cousin, but it will na brother. Wale be jannu, denata wale no kanjang, but I want denata le bota bakote. So, but unfortunately, ala la commandro futadala. Sometimes 2 years ago, I don't know holiday a pension tale, I don't know Gambia, ala sato si Gambia, abanta jele. Gotoma kende ba, ay badia kano, ay badia lafi. nka fay keba sawo keba landi ngodo malom so nata wala no kam Finland jang ayam mutaku ayen jiya fo alhamdulillahi fonte fanan tata fo lotan sita fanan ka mol mako en ka mol jiya dole aka nyima dole maka anyima bare alamon satalla le jongo ngani long
Yeah, yeah.
yes aliu
Incredible. Incredible.
so Finland jang
Mhm.
so Finland jang na dimballe be sabatirin jang alhamdulillah ko yalo nyaning ntemu ñu banko la citizenship le ben bulo kono sanji jama komanto ndingol fanan di sem so nte fo fen so le Gambia o mu collaterals lati mbama bi jele of course ani mbadi mo wulu ñol bi jele banna dimbal be fon la dimbal directly wol be ben bul
That's
beten
that's that's incredible. Jeni baduna politiko kono ofanani na la feke nyinen ka I mean uncle lang jama niya nyinen ka walta bob ture nyinen ka akam do ko molo miyal nako in a relationship that back what goes through in uncle lang na relationship because ajikiti la back.
yes ali lam ko do malte lan son ko nche ko do malum ni lay ñolong layende tarajanne na la ñoje lungo ko aya fo ñami wono fala interview na benta night club wala kono at the time abe donkan wolum so imagine ya jibe wato yalan kalipe dol bije ka jolo so den jolo katarela ka kalipe ka ni hipil mostly ka kela ka wala ka use o kalipe le babulo kono abe donkan I remember he's wearing a jean ngai na keba nga hakel de ngai la kalipe kana jolong jang pour mo kana la kalipe ta jande ako nyako sumbuka sun sunyano be gelta so wira wala lang has always been nakeba nkodoma nde dim folo nsafo ne lanen dim folo kulli nde bi jang la yala bari kodoma la muso alo kodoma la muso be Angleterre le say ay wala ki pour kata represent ndi mala kulli la nka watle fo ita min shata sangi membe sangi tan saba command ndi muso la kulli so nka tara nyokan ntarta bun killing na kol be laare nyokan den lang nim benta bi bile be diala kununte so den lambe wala nyama nim benta nil lan tema ala le internet lan na ko landi nyokan hani janning bilen asawunda tara santo about for 200 plus kilometers nka bondi jankata foje be sade men don non kata kala aya feje we ken wala na sena so lang amanken kafu nyomati bari lang mon ko do malti andung alhamdulillah min ben naate ma inshallah be muddu wala mobe fo woyo ala se wotuje because kunun namu nay kunun ne sodo kana bila bi man nillanga tarantol do man tan politique ko no politique kunna ne man tar keri so yalla ne wo benen motema bi manya na otinyala and inshallah fente otinyala ala dimma pe yan horoma yambunya wallahi wol mon dingol lete ndum horomo drong yo damal trenna ala muso fana di seyam dun do soto dan lambe findi kam bita sate kono abenyen moy dale da fo sendado na bulo muta na saba ngai lang ngai wa na mare ko yen karafa itu I na mare tolle karafa nyolam felen be findi kan kada ala muso ko ay lang karafan tella ndefana na muso ko ay lang karafa ente karafa landel hande saying yen ka fa lang aka fa la muso ele ko hey naka ila karafa bonde buwatu de bulo kono o sa fa ni konta bula bulo kono inta bula bulo kono bese jele so lang mum ko do maldi aliou inshallah
Yeah, that was a great reflections. Now, Sam Boduno political coconut, right? When did politics become passionate for Bob Toure? What pushes you from observing politics to actively participating in politics?
Actually, kuna fanya mente uluta bakotele. So bakote be on the Serekunda West constituency in Nekono. Waton to la deputy, the PPP la no at the time because Mbama ulu ba kada no PPP la ya kompinoti for jawara medalo dila la trikunda yede nganya ko ono talo hande sai sangin o jamano la so ndo la deputy mono e enjay let Abdullah Ali Njay wala na deputy so mbila politiko nyin kono katan kana nin ko ma do na cousin lom abe Canada ka fay Omar Diouf former Gambia Student Union la president yin ninga well kasni ko mol mini inspire o time Omar wolle mol inspire to be honest so natele kata e njaya ganna satela politiko mitino kana ni na tundo la mitino ninka jamalle taraje people like Tijan Kamara memu bi United la deputy national president kada the late Koro Sise wolu kada the late Daddy Ann wolu kada Abdou Job wol Grey House kada fo ning pa Omar Fall the current alcaro of Latrikunda fenke Latrikunda hiringanya bele kata nung e enjaya ko sitolon funding ke balte at the time parentol fanan bije kono je so be PPP la politiko tamande kan wo jamano la so abetende so ndata politiko kono biri wo watol so fo ando fanan na councilor min kada de late Suleiman Diouf de Kololi o fanan na ke modi melanko was a very active member community member ba ko o time o kolol ba ko de manjay kunda wolle be den din kilingola o wato fon councilor kilingo wala katara nyen sate sabolto hani fang o manke o dama fonti hani ne den football la the time ya timo so don ka fambe no MBK manjay kunda ba ko te kololi wala wo timo nyin form so na kula da nyokam baake bile do jiru wakata mo be lo de fonge wala tina the time to la time wala dol fondi kel damale nyolo nyi sate sabolto andum fitina tendam fitino ndane man tarantema fo horomo anen buñalu ben ko tolno kan ha ben tete kan so ndela dulongu politiko kono keta o wato lelto PPP politiko wala bije.
That's incredible. I mean, I made a political kind of back end. Fast forward in 1994, coup d'etat keda. Allah masa kunda minga da PPP coup d'etat. Njiki da way da Finland banko ni nakang. Kabin coup d'etat botala. Kabiri amo ko coup d'etat ba Gambia. What comes to your mind at that time?
Actually, kudeta fo entera Gambia la.
Okay.
Ndada holiday la Gambia ne na wife bi abantale. Ndada bakau kachikali bamba dibela on a Thursday. The same time for nanin nanyen cousin brother kamin fo 81 nimin tata non ka finde pour kata wato nyi lutino be kering. Ninga te yatel fanang bodnan Switzerland na ala wife ni wo mu Swiss oldi. Dada jana bambol dibe kachikali. So on our way going home, ndamida ni observer bala dibe fula kanting odo bige na newspaper sango kanting odo ani Coca-Cola kabomba minka. So newspaper nyen ba read kan ko soma America nol ning Gambia sojol be military drill shot la. You know that's going to be on Friday. So what newspaper le wala kat. Then on Saturday, then I was with my cousin at the time, Kotu, na cousin like Corlado, in Bodo Swiss. Na jeko na kibaro soto nang telephone call ko kudeta lebe kiere. So video phone to lembeje, but ndefana at the time na brother be at be plain clothes le. Plain clothes soja rola mati. Na brother. Because at time nung so bring another nang ate man na tara no on duty on that day so ko mbad na call for wala be keri so bring na call masoto so my mother was also very worried at the time so another day call because what time on your landline or the keri I call I na brother nyininka ikai ko afinditale so my mother has never been to school akwe ko bari ko kudira hale be keri wal kai ko ndol mawo moyde ma moy baral sesi do nale ne wala malba alon nale so birin naje ko manna broda so anda man tara on duty on that day so ndol fana be dani wato kotu ni kotu jibe so it's like a very quiet area long so amunda ko we are a little bit outskirt from the main school be daming so nada fana cousin brother ko let's go to our village that is back there fon sa lomba so mfindira wala nyama lota manokan just near the ila middle school be dami manokan je na motota odo purka ta so on if I remember correctly wallahi mbe lori na moto min nata tambita naje alikali James J la moto long because afanan he used to live not far from na cousin like silo labi tem so but I'm allo so nada sango nada soto ba ko defon on that day or something like that or a day after min kada na kotoke dolam Omar Diouf la broda lom kan ni Omar Diouf min foyten ala broda ubanda so mbita kan bakote so na je so jarolu de so with anti-aircraft machine gun ni rocket launcher na jeli ani mortal bita kan el bela pick up ni kon so bi kon dolma moto soto ba ko to ne bakote man jamfa so na trekle bita biya fit kata bakote thing so not that long bring na moy ko the announcement de kela so inata announcements ke ye bodal sorom para tara anintul se wato man jamfa so luckily for my wife because me particular the prate follow say bawo situation no be nyami thing so biri bodal yela drom ate murunta I decided to stay for a while for bring situation on yung bit Easter. So not the same I'm back to Finland. Yes, I entered Gambia on holiday.
Yung korosi sa teria for no niya political fan na PVP time on yun. Otomatos ya kono. Akara mori me anoko a farmasa ta num baake niata a landula fanala but sio man na fa baake baring e fo akram tanon TRC nyami. Wotu mo mi anoko yala sangwanye moy muna na te hakilo kono. Aning janin TRC binal na fadal fana latala ko afara accident.
No, actually ntebe do kudale. Drong Musa Sise en call. Musa Sise wala mo Afrixel mi be do ko la Afrixel sai Musa. Former Sport Journalists Association la president Musa Nabel be Finland but ate non Gambia at the time. Ni mani Angleterre so atelen call ba ya londe ko nin koro nyolo ne atele a fonye ko ya Usman Fale because koro ko na fo nyame wota man ka bona enja ya atebe steering bambo de nata na koto Kenya Omar nga tamale because ama jamfa nin nada fo singola to dunda atese dungila so ko no jede kunda bambo je ndene Omar se continue kata ba ko de so Coronado came mode what he newly graduated. He was loved, intelligent, very sharp. Wallahi, a man of figure. He have a lot of pride in him, me alonko, a vision sort of for the country, very young. So another thing. So very mole ala sango moy and I mobile cut off. He was the cream of the country. Korongo Mosifaldo. Abuka Momar Barandi. Yeah, among, he don't put himself in any class category. That was Koro at the time. Yes. Well, what I want to allow ma fongola tonya. Wol ko do kelna de ke molle dimini alon ko They are very decent koto kelomit, and they know what they want. They're very focused. Yes, even though there might be some challenges, but nonetheless, they live up to the expectation of their community, up to fujanding dolu banta daming and dolu tamata daming. So what time it will go class in econo.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Same but doing a UDP kono. Why did you initially choose UDP? Kabibo the PPP. For PPP la esta ila demise nyin kabring jambe wal natane ko okay PPP banne NCP banne ba momo yal noko imo minister di PPP la government wala mo dibidi itel la no e wusim dabo tammo. For wale the transition on you inform. Tell us why did you choose UDP initially to join the Democratic Party?
No, no. Ante actually found savo PPP kan hani biri savo kan bebo kan nang Gambia well before coup d'etat fon be caring from. The lift the border Gambia jawara la jaman olla. Over time I mean, we are not I was not very much keen anymore in party politics. Ya jele so nada nang ko ram dol buka mira fende fo ado mo be naf sering pour kana nan tubabu. Ya jele. So wadon tawole ben kunko na dan ni party politics ko. Fo birin nada jang hani birin kata fo UDP do form wol bela teng data wo UDP ya banyen party politics ko do just nga di bela teng bari na oncle do soto ndolle kata ate mu doyle da tebe doyle ka fay fake wa jasi mbari malum bari katale so natale kata nung ila press house do nen kolole ngada je visit ngada Churchill janela office of the Churchillstown. Just he wanted to get me there. You understand me? So ning ila cool nsa fo fon birin kana nan jam fon do la cool fon be mbulo kono because ndada le fo newspaper be mbulo jang me ya lon ko na copy into subscriber ka kinyana at an point newspaper you know kasatal wato point wala ka na subscription jo yale subscription ka kinya jam Ghana must go back be mbulu jang ka fo bago me Ghana must go be firing only newspaper I kai there is abu jamelo jaman I have them still here. So then Sweden fana kodokedo fana bije ka fay alkalo sanyang doim ka ba aka video kinya na video tape recorders idembulo kono doila video recorder. So I was very clear, I mean like indoctrinated to their ideology to doila cool kon ha birin safa ko mbodana Gambia at the later partner for kanana for kuletal for be tambida thing. Yes, but after that it all diluted, so I was not interested about any party politics because I've got a mind from cross from. So then after that Lomo, for after many years, not even that much, very long. So then didn't do nata, ning idea fenang ko purka ning UDP called law. So nada tara no die wala nyama so gal puru nara dunje wala nyama actively.
UDP keda modi man ko influence ta back and yara diaspora United Democratic Party or Gambians in diaspora politics. Ni nada nyadi le.
Yalon ko yalo nyame na chapter form jang ka fo ko UDP Finland chapter. So bring our form jang, we are very vibrant. It's a small country, Finland, but Mol Bijamina Alonko, they are very active. You understand? So we came together, then nata very nanyin law. So Baumbe Alonko technology fanang mufenetimi Alonko be could be transition to Wolokono. So we created our own web. I mean, we have our own web page. Got na Facebook of an me along kanana weekly every Fridays gonna live. Kanana ka diamunim politiko la moli. So wala nyama. Then of course, yeah, a guy called me at the US le. Konye ko yalong saying laftamina laftale purukanyin chapter be maybe sonding kang. So we come up with a sort of a diaspora executive, like first like na chapter so londi. So ninga bota wola danchina ka executive for nying fanang form. So I am part of the architect of what chapter reps can have for diaspora executive for nimma fo moye mota folany mbijele from day one abe hatla wato min na fenti je mi yen kumba na be long fo kana bula fo bring wato min na bota je. So alhamdulillah, I mean finani nyon tan jamake ko nyen fanan kono. So ntata Gambia ni few of my team benda je holiday la, so ntata ila party leader ya ka fay ko ningala tamo ya futandi na Europe se fere fanan keno ay futan na Finland ja. So alhamdulillah when that materialize, we all did our quota, kaje ko ay kenyon tamote pour kana nan jang ba on be ajele bi nga nan jang amanke ka foko it is only us as Gambians but I international exposure for soto jang mi ala ka ma soto banku fan kan but wol fanan keda nyami wo facts fanan wol be bidele yana ko they are documented multo erase la no or communications lekake in communications keta will link ni everything be will more proofs let so will get ale alhamdulillah for nada a very successful to sort of and then particularly dining. Yeah, but it was very fruitful, definitely.
Yara jibe mera UDP back. I mera UDP la politiko kono diaspora. Da mento mi alno ko contribute back ni ata UDP la tamandri nyala. Financially, even when you come to expert analysis, pour kadiga strategy ni formulate. Njigide ya kujamala UDP la politiko kono. UDP alkera multi mi alno ko almang na ganyeno pour kata purga presidency solo after multiple elections. What goes through 2016? Even Muntura in 2016, I think Kabirin solo wala findo keda for subsequently, keda modimia in ade incarcerate. And we saw that also finished in area fanamuta. What
Yes.
more in atala alla organization on Albania di law fanani.
No, I mean, 2016, Atlante Konafo Nyamin wrong. I was not that much, very much, active in these things. You understand? So, solo be banna fon lunga mina fon, they na remember it, na dindong dole container lo jam fon, so they phone ko soto ato dung, mo dole sang pun na moto do be Gambia, ko kiji. So don na banka moya be live la, wotamo fatu network, be live, I explain kang solo solo lefa and blah blah blah, solo yeah. So it was a very big thing, at the time. Yes. So but fast forward, I mean like diaspora la what time at the time bring bota will be konolom 2016 ol kanana ndelam the campaign and organizing committee la chairman of the entire diaspora at the time. So I had a very good team. Nimine alonko ni wole dukoke. And then there was no team at the time. Me alonko it is our team is more effective and more dedicated than to la team owning because I was in the forefront making sure that we need to deliver. I never delay answers or any questions unanswerable. I'll make sure everything is timely. Nka frustrate the founding call for the later. They all know that in me. Yajal, I was a team because as a leader, if you want to succeed, you must be a team player. Always be consultative. So nakwele nyama, all these conventions indicate thing, until they are base start my team, the first convention all the way to the second conventions, like nobody can erase me from those achievements. I've spent hours, sometimes in Katara meeting all the for 5 a.m. to the time. Family is laring. So no meeting or sometimes Katara meeting of another weekdays, long hours, also another do cola. So I've done my part. So now I'm many to run the new tanks, the new tent, the new jai. But I have done my part really, and I have no regret, doing that, was service, no need render, to the party, yes.
You like
So
departure.
that like being Boyoketa, like 2021, I have colleagues, many along Walter they want to pack off. But then, I convinced them, no, you don't decide. As a commander, you'll be the last person to decide your troops. So you need to stay put, and then let's work it out. Yes, they have a different position at the time, but being KJL, some of them, they've really changed their, kumul falinta dole kumul falin bari ginata kunun kumul minifota and all that thing. You understand? So, yes, I was very instrumental, Kajeko. We stay and then we walk it through, all the way. So, and then everything was based on genuine, hard work, resource mobilization, putting your resources and all that thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, departure from the United Democratic Party attract public attention.
Yes.
When did you first begin to feel that, oh, I think I have to move? Because Kabring, breakdown yung kaya no mujmal ba okay, Bob Turaba still an habitaral, Bob Turaba still habitaral. When did you decide that?
Well, actually, not decide that I'm gonna leave. But I'm gonna make this very clear. Because they are speculating. They don't know. They are very professional. They a corporate company. And I'm a senior for 26 years. They are on the minimum procedures. I don't know every company ethics lesson. So ethical value, my integrity, into putla in question because they want to dingola mentality. They level inspiration. Femman jarinya wala nabalu kono. Nte nak mo be na colleagues wal kono. Mina lon ko ni close tabake. Mo te economy alon ke malon ko they am living. You see, I don't beat the bulls. They am a straight shooter. Alon ni labalu re mol bulo kan ka dogo. De alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. De labalu te mo bulo kono ala man sabayato. I'm very content what I have. You understand? Na colleagues all they knew many along ni close to them. Ma for man close there. But on every entity, molkata gelman you see a lot of things in common. I'm living. The close guys. Na foele ko I'll live. But in believe la nyaming, I'm going to the Gambia. Mole inte mutafat inte but I come from a traditional community. You understand? Inte tada kase gulo to na community in kono. Inte karandi kulu wala. Inte alifalte bola no ila suo kono. Ye tama fonna suo kono. Inila kuruo ikonye ko ne mutafalet. Sate dol o modolu wande mulla kana ke mutafalet but ndala sate dingol. Nguluta meni bulo kono. Nguluta meni bulo kono. Wolle nata ka futantale ka fanya ko laftal ke mutafati. O mu bunya balte. So ninte ba wala kuruo sendela. Ntete kala modi men ko be sirin tubabu du janne. Nko because nam fon le soto, nam fon le no. Woto mballa kuruo sendela le. Ntete o kala. Ntama dan singol la. Birin tada Gambia. Min fon ben samba kan abe maybe abaji be kan. Nga inshallah nenta dambe kuruo sanale. Na futa o alifalla. Andu wallahi billahi tallahi. Na ke wala nyama. Because wal mundala alifalde soma senembe muruna o alifa kilingol le kan. But nina horomanta ya sambe kan. Soma ninta de kan iten dankula. E ba fola nyindi mo horomanta ngolti. Anende wuluta satel to sate mi yalanko mbari ngolde wala ka alikaliya o sate do. Ba on tema muso miente bawulu abodo suwala kono. Bi koren alkalo o mum mbari ndingolati andu mbari ndingol fana mati. Yajele so nte wuluta o society sifala kono. Nde dan ko jimi lan nyon hadama dingoye. Nde be kende ale bondi lam fongo bulu na di mola bande de kuriya bondi lam fongo bulu ko na di mola. Ni momo delta. Nde ko jimi la man possible. More than that, many alonko, they transition in my hand. ne fe nan na bungo le kono nan dingo bonda la bungo kono ne dundi je kon ton siman da sa wantele ka dila muli en dende ni politiko kono mulu dingo na wala bonda la bungo ne dundi je kon ton siman da sa wantele ka dila na muso ke la fe ngol ku kan nen na mo moy adiamu ta ko ha ntolle nyin ko nyin ndadale Gambia you know pour kata talib mit kamitino kaja ndajana boda janna mbelarin ko no ni mari be kul min fo ka man ka tonyate because ata luma min fo nte ngol bi jelmi ko today be will they are kiamen will mu kiaman ol de in their party fo dum yenata wol lalba ka dum be la bije ni la fa fax la wata tawol ñu nenka bo ni tamanta je te ko be speculate la say te o kiaman ko ren kiaman mi kal ni wala be do ko la bi wala bo la tawol ñu nenka fa ite ka men fo wala ke da ba fo manke but fast forward wala ke da dalilote ntadan alifalle kan min yamuta faati pour kanna kuro na manke no wote non ko man horomo tambindi te no mbuta je juna bade na lonne nani ne fo all ni momo current chairmen ni momo close to natan dilale ko I am leaving they convinced me to stay ngoy ko no I am going I've already made up my mind nde I'm not a coward and buka dogo and I don't mince my word because muka fania for you understand the party politics I was one of the longest serving chairman of an organization man is non-political in this country, that is the Finnish government organization, the longest serving. And alhamdulillah, monilita folako, inteleka fojan dundung na fojana dandang. I don't do that. More time to do. You understand? Yalong an unintelligent person, waleka nendrolke. Nimang can achieve in your belt, under your belt. Yes, you can use insult as a weapon. Yeah, but in manke wodi. Yes, so nte ya katale na patiye. Na fulo kaje asiebe nyawa na time o kaje na family time fanan kaje. Oda moro. Dukare. Na yam fanyoe. I move on.
It's, in most cases, it's more of choice, right?
Yeah.
Niara political jibe, ila mari la political right lam, ila civic right lam. Porque ko e party support me and that you believe to support at some point in time. But I'm curious. I wanted to know, was your departure primarily about leadership, ideology, or strategy, or internal disagreement, or the direction of the party? Which of these?
In fact, it is more of a principles for me. You understand it? They even at the end for the entity that I am even administering, Najeleko, probably to those who married to, it's okay. But in Najeleko, I wanted to live long before even in could be. You understand? They will be plan. Could left like a leaf. You understand it? So, I mean, it is more of my principles. Najeleko, this is what I believe. Yalam kodol bije, yalam ngana nyo push. Aman jari wala. You understand? Nte kodol bije, nte I mean, even the leadership, we disagree each other on principle. I atasafe nan tasafe. You understand it? But it has not eroded any respect between me and him. You understand it? Abembulu, I mean safa abembulo kono, I mean safa babulo kono, beta abembulo kono. You understand it? But that is my principle. I lived in this country for this long. Nagero tekelina no. You understand? It aluka kul nyami tekaje nyami. Atekelina no. You understand? But then let me just respect yours. If I respect, well, I have no animosity. So I hope that from this interview, from henceforth, from Kanabota Mila, Mamira Motion Nenko Denke. Because Nakatan. 5 o'clock. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Mam palasing in the gay. Nadimbal be Bembulo on the jam. Morgue. Because I'm not for you Jarama, Lafanya Jarama Ducare.
Yeah.
Madame in the Dimba Walto. Until their form. Yes. Until their form, I'm there. Moment they invite, nobody invited me. We form it.
You'll come to
Yes.
UMC. Binala UMC, Binala UMC la form ta nyaming and for
Yes.
the role mean play in the
Mm.
formation of the United movement. Yeah. So what? Okay, let me put this way. What would you say to
Mm.
your former UDP colleagues
Mm.
or supporters who felt that
Mm.
they were disappointed by your move or they were betrayed?
Mm. But betray for what? This is pure voluntary. It's a choice. It is my choice, go until aligned to no. Now I want to, I don't want to align myself. It is my democratic right. You understand it? So, I mean, within that, without any moment, a caveat sign. Kafoko, I want to be here. You understand? Left tele pour kaki man signature, I don't sign. Man palas nyine tous wana dara. So it is my choice. So you shouldn't be offended, Kafoko, until that as an individual. It is my choice. So that doesn't warrant using rhetoric against me, Kajako, because of Ntatal. What? Mun politique si falo wote ya lo nyame na fo NCP ni PPP lebe wo wato wolle sembo so num bakote no at the time but dem ko mo siku si ba mo wo time on tam wulu ko no ko na fo nyame te ba ma me dum PPP le ina tele men la yaay compinote par internet de ma moy te ba ma neng on te ba ma mo neng at the time o moy non di tele bije man tara je
Yeah.
aduna jelo le man killing na
Mhm.
principles le man killing, you understand na je ko no I cannot align myself with this party now it's okay. Na min kaje alhamdulillah rabbi alamin. Now na jide ko nte na diamond I need to le diamond wala man killing. So let me just move on. That's it.
Uncle, so despite leaving United Democratic Party, what do you still respect about UDP when it comes to its contribution to the government politics?
They do. EDP has scars all over. Fartle de moto fagni erla no. Handing atarako adanda let's fast forward. Adanda fenkela Jobate. This Jobate was working for film production before. Another kind of UDP la for deputy campaign manager in Numbang. You understand? Ya muta janne ya samba kiti la because minamu a transmission through atala munamera fo pandere fo jamale film broadcast non kabana in Gambia. Wo batami bekeje. Wo be muskality, Yena nang to Femi Peters. Wo keba Benjamin, wo batami solo standing. Nto la wulo tante ni solo standing dental. Mojama ma wolong.
Yeah.
Yes, solo Sunday. Solo Sunday mama muso bije ka fami kumba Sunday. O kumba Sunday munte mamalti. You understand? Solo Sunday na muso sonko ka fami nyima sonko. O nyima sonko munto do maldi. Wala nyi Muhammad Sunday wol ba mati. Ndo malom. Wolu ba mala sister wo kema nte mamale ala korda kundu kadi wala wo badi ya wo bijele. You understand? In fact na efforts min fongo ke wo family amanjarinte na si jampur kana ko ta ko sadajam. You understand? But wulo solo mum bari neti na wulo. Muhammad Sunday wolong. You understand? Wato
Yeah.
solo ntela brother na elder brother nimin den the same phone call because ya jale hey dukare mo be mo victims la denyen ko nyen kono. Every family is a victim. You understand? So but Gambia for another doya wokan. Every banna salo wo time solo la brother do bi ka fay sadibu. Ma fa sadibu hydrade. Sadibu wala kan tem mamala ala fonko ala dabo wala kana fena so ko kabunan dipakunda kana fena fo bako de nyima nyinu be tulo ben hadi ngol be siar so pour ka fako UDP man fenka de no ne mo moy for definitely go for kan de the sky is all over caring ul kedale likewise modul fana bijel before that molle fana dol bijel men keda victim to oje wol be minan ko liya tandile e nyalte ta jele ku jama kede mo jama be tiaral si moy janne abe mo nyin brudleti yemen hanin te fon two of my brothers me alon ko nyimman sakunda e mutala e arrest for nothing one of them mpole elder brother nimi den the same model ina ya mutala wrongly he was working for the Gambia Ports Authority na brother do be atolam no National Road Authority la director the same thing they were all victims they be victimized
Yeah.
So we were all victims. We all
Yes,
had sugar.
that's great. So we're gonna move to UMC. Mi ando kumbaka jako fara walto. UMC alko ate lalo. Mojamali altumiko ale kafo lo kafo kono. Walk us through UMC starta nyadile. Fonyu nunto nyala watu mwanu alwa UDP after 2021 election. Al starta kapurka tali prepare for
No,
2026.
well, no. Nte, if there is any, wallahi kadi amune ala nin kilal temala. Dal na nin talib mang politik ku nin ku kacha. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, mol bidana mina am kay be lamay kasa sise bijanne, but it's a kasa tofu. And let's say one of my former not colleague, me and Beno Michigan la chairman of the Aliu Dabo at the University of the Gambia. Nene invited to a meeting at the Youth Council, Canifing, Westfield. Ning thank this guy Haji, the youth president. On that day, Kaspa wantele asan nakodol. Amanke UDP la kodotede. Jemi bi jentela asan nakodol. Manke UDP kodotede. Ne invite colleague, or I wanted to talk to as a diasporan executive officer, or laftale pruning the principles of these two committees, pruning meeting also. Olomo campaign and organizing committee on the Talib and a campaign committee on the Mot Sabali. But Aliu, and then the deputy, my deputy was there, Alajadi was there in that meeting. Na chairman or deputy secretary, secretary. One meeting on you. So when that meeting auto, hoping that we'll have a fruitful meeting diaspora because no more le bendiji put that meeting also ningal put now understand how we can work together like a framework. It's a nintul for another. It's a report detail constraints long. Minamila constant ba umbe alan ko diaspora is the engine. You understand? And also the lubricant minka spin. So when no meeting on commanding. To be honest with you, Talibie Bibi Dabolaki as his emissary to represent him. Bibi, Olomu former councilor of Martino, Namada Bakau Newtown, Olomu in emissary. He's working, I think, Namada Talibla committee. Tobaski Sibi was also in that meeting, I remember correctly. And then Bari from campaign committee, Sabalila committee into nobody saw face in that meeting. So in fact, Aliu Daba from I Sabali call them from Besiring, proof for Asakata Purkanana, Kasa was there, we all you understand. So at the end, I'm in a conclusion, I don't want to meet honey in emissary. I want to meet the principals. So Ning Atarako Niman Nanang, so they are not going to have any meeting with them because they need to level of a meeting over. Because they an official of an entity, we partner with them. You understand? So new one thing with my status, what the form them fan doyal. Putting junior officers, you see, putting a call in that discourse, me then dinner political. So when I came back, I made my reports to the executive. You understand? What report Nimbiriake? Now, my team definitely the diaspora executive, they took a drastic measures. They have to write back to the national executive phone. Ke la dissatisfaction o aning yota ka tandi. Yeah, I mean nyemo fulo la minka talib la committee, aning Musa la committee ila due considerations to my visit there when I requested to have a meeting with them. But honestly, after that, Talib in a meeting, they address it. Address it. Then after that, Talib called to me a few days. Well, maybe misunderstanding the killer, but please, next time, anytime you are you requesting a meeting from me, just call me. You understand? Misunderstanding, and so on. So, then he apologized to me. You understand? Okay. So, because I am also part of the NCO, that is the Senior Management Committee in Fanantole, Gambia, and then also the Campaign Organizing Committee for Nambigele as a participant. Nembe Metinola, mostly, many can facilitate the Napuruka do meeting on Yinkono. Apart from Musu Sabolu, Talib will call me, put on connect meeting order. jamal me musol kono wala binsi sibo janke anin haji aji sidibe wolu they are very I mean they were definitely helping me to be part of the meeting through ila gazette ni to le kan connect ajal so cool keda tenne you understand ni ñu do ko ke tenne you understand fo so biring boto kono well mbe alo ne min keda ñing politiko kono ñing bring na ñing fonkol kanana even before that hani campaign manager election of fana or fana be keda ñaming we all know the facts na colleagues will be jande min ko de my former colleagues min le keda min le cool keda birin nata nanko diaspora nyanta position talale will be na colleagues be jande I'm not going to dwell on anything they will know if people want to know facts they have still existing chairman minana ke my better meet no lin kono many ketaje and all that thing you understand it then
so you mean Janjambure Congress min kala no
no this is not Janjambure this is no even Janjambure for many be keta will be there but maybe nothing at the total level on into as yalla min keta Janjambure until we are not like until man tarawo ko lin kono because ni ajibe wato be executive for loan dikam but until la diaspora la executive for be loan already it all time antara lo kan at the time but in the bemina la biring wato karafa sonko ning pamane la campaign manager election on min keta wolto fragmentation on min keta wolto you understand will be because ndol fanan jang commence ta jande fanan ndol fanan damalu you understand we hit against each other here kaje ko min de kalanto la position because if you are our representatives back in the neck you should tell us where you're going to go you understand so not cool buddy I mean, I don't want to go further in that, discussions because many are they are executive members at the time. BJL still will be yelling to the so they know the facts. You understand? If people want to know the facts, they can relay the facts out. Arrangement you understand? So some of those things you understand? Political economy and they don't align with my principles. You understand? All man can tell that because like I have no other interest in any governance other than me in the next 5 years, you understand it? That is my focus. I just want because that nearly I want to go back to Gambia. You understand it? Then not enough farm to then I try to invest in mechanized farming. Understand it? So what I can remember political they don't align with my principle. I voice it out, not only even there, and even within the UMC. Chapter they have nominated me to be in the National Executive Council. You understand? So I will not be here. You understand, Kavako? I am going to do back and forth with people. They have no say or they have no voice. They have no position in the party structures. You understand? They are a senior member. You understand? So I'm not going to put myself so low, doing back and forth with anybody.
So yes. UMC, when did UNC was formed? Kabring disagreement on between the chairman and Kubadabo is interviewed. I mean, can Pamodula Fananinto. What more bang for Jenny Water, Jenny War you guys are trying to plan this?
No. What time to my understanding, no, we were all one. We were all in the same party. Maybe calling Konole. But I don't kujamal lekada alibu. Kuma jamal lefota. Ni momo hadama di ni be diamu ni ala ni kila tema. Just na aliu man aliu like amanya na fabrications la aliu kan. Mule kuma jamal lefo. Billahi wala tallay. Mbollo ta jande kumol fo ko, you understand ne? Hanin tela colleague dol bi hanisa they are still serving. They put their resources everything. Hanisa ka fo leko albe team carrel will be kada jande. Hani deputy party leader mu kilingol. But kol kada jande mini alonko will fon la kuma kan mini fo. Kuma kan wanya tan tolbe nyalale na mitinol kono. You understand? Simple mental no simple be calamutale. Min kadaji. I'm very responsible and very professional. Purkana call dialogue in the public space. Aman jari wala. But hadamadingo. As a kola nyawonya. Alinkana nyo tumi. Be dunia jang. Lumbe silan be falal. Ni political 3 months long. Ninga bandantele nyimfoy. 2021 America fanyako I'm leaving. Nka foy kalkanata. In 2021, ning atarako ila party elementambi. ite moy la ko denge politiko nyen got, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
umul be kerine, you understand it.
Mhm.
So after this UMC nada nang being after nying fonko kotala nying party leadership selection on nying
Nomination, yeah.
o ato lomu, you understand it. After that lomu nada jibe ko our ideologies are not aligned, so it's better we stand by ourselves without no regrets
All right.
and without no
So
ambiguity.
yeah, we will move to the alliance now. UMC NUP's alliance. Phenomenal noko I bonko jija back in demanding,
Yes,
common
very
demanding.
content.
Uh, if on la mo la min jedabo anin talibi fenko la sa MOU burga jako is a cool la miran killing silent.
Yes.
Walk us through. Let's talk about the UMC NUP alliance. What is the political rationale behind this partnership?
Yeah, knowing Lamin, I can tell. So for dunia be nak. Then Lamin amanke bidi le. Ne Lamin medale. Because baluo kono sometimes hani badi ya kono al senyo takine will be ka badi ya kono bari nga nada pour ka attest o mari mo sifalde mo karaka sifala bala, no matter what, regardless of what o to nya fo jede
Mhm,
ale 15 years ago lamine air ticket o kuntule kananante dingo la kulliyo to jan dingo mi ala ko nato la wulu bal be
mhm,
moda nkada kambe ni lamine be ka tara na suko kon ka tara, we do everything together. This lawyer Lamin Jedabo, he's a friend. Every Friday, alamuso nka ujumba Bubarak skinyo every Friday. Ntara jibele for leads. You understand it? Lamin is a man of distinguished character, uncorruptible. Nobody can manipulate Lamin. You understand? He's very independent. He's very independent minded. What a Lamin Jedabo. You understand? So Lamin ya alone, he have studied this. Kajeko, here is a party, you know, the set of people to me alanko, I can align myself with ideologically to make a difference. I will on it. And let me tell you, let me give you something today. Yala janjambure fonko nyemfole. That Saturday, Lamenje Dabo intel a call, I Bob Ture. Akonje ko umfelen tambitanem bank la Westfield jang. I deposited $10,000 to UDP account. Nkai ko risito kinyana because you party politics led. Billahi, wallahi, tallahi. Ntele ata na wo risito na ki Amadou Sane. La trésorier Amadou Sane ntele akiye. Amadou Konyeko mba fola party leader yele. This is what he told me. So Lamin, he did contribute because at that time, Aliu, $10,000 is Munkono Jamaldi.
mhm.
Lamin came from a very poor family, like me. But at 10,000 of bondile, I dundi UDP la political kono for that Congress. Yes, he did. And I was the witness. I received kin and tele. You understand it? So many baby, many no, that's not true, man. He did. Amat sane be balurine. Ntele received kiai. Billahi wallahi ta. Ko ko mba fa party leader. Because Lamin amake kafako purna received ding tele kai ko. It's better. Nimu party politics lady. It is better. It is known. Adina Naki. So for us to have an alliance with Noob is a force. And Lamin Boda Kombole. Ita Aliu Boda Kombole. Ite ajele it muna bela mofile, especially about Kabila Balto fana. Me and Ketulam, the founding fathers of Bunyu, il of Kabilo ni. You know. So it is going to be Bunjur is currently, I can tell you, Minika for Bantani Mimbedume man killing political kono. Inshallah, we'll see
Yeah.
what will
Well,
transcend.
It's gonna be interesting time ahead. So Taliban suda kunu ya tombon kake coalition on nyimian loko amere loring ala flag bearer di. Andung jama coalition on flag bearer nyana reason ala party dola. For at UMC level, alien ko kachara bang Taliban resignation on yin. Andung fan how is it going to conflict with any Lamin Jeddah alliance ni?
Well, namara kunung lamin benung MK la platform model no mbitan la
Mm-hmm.
platform model no cinema arena. And Lamin has definitely dealt the lot of questions related to alliance ni. And namira wo answer ni wo is enough. Momo lafta purko answer moy, Lamin e meme for you understand. Yalong alliance ni badi yalong. You understand it? So as you people go on, give and take long. Politics will give and take, especially politics of this our nature. It's give and take. Even jambula le do it jamuta do it na thing. You understand? But in Niko da male ba beta la. You understand? What can I crack fena? You understand? And do lamine at folitandi ko. You understand? He will work with that team. He will work with them. Kajeko, the change in me along ko mobe ming desire. What change happen? So Lamine is, he will never, away from the principles yin me atinna me a band together as a alliance partner for negate from that,
Yeah.
and more is coming, more parties are coming to join us because we knew Kajeko, look, you see, do your politics in civility, let's do ours Mbetana, because at the end of the day the principles here are Gambian electorates will be carte file what about decide level di jamala based on policies and programs. And I believe that co unite with NUP, it will be policies sort of any programs sort of me along go is after no Gambia dingola. They either subscribe to our programs and policies or they unsubscribe. It will not democratic rights that you don't force people, start to align. Let's allow people to support you based on your program. But if you wanted to use character butchering, my friend, that you see, you see, my sister told me one time when my name was flung all over. I couldn't go look. I couldn't go yalla nane nyim foile. Today you are putting your money in this and this and this and this. Tomorrow, one day you will on EBS. It's in the neighborhood. You understand? Yes. Ako niya bari alam mo fong alta mo fong di sayang ko. Ako niya yun say defa nang botale. You understand? So ulbe kerin ne adu ulbe kilale fanang. You understand? So duka na politiko ke horo mo ni bunya kono. Lamin Dabo is a very distinguished person. You understand? He loves his country. You understand? Yana law. Mbe ajele Lamin a track records even with the Karamo Turela Saganing. He put his life online. Kajeko let yalo Lamin dengrado from be Lamin ma would life futandale, Lamin told me this story. When he was standing, beri be cable jinda moto kono. Ako mari man satalla ala ma nyin case dinna. Ala natake in case in data. Lamin is very religious. Wallahi be like Allah. I can attest to his character. Ale along. No longer tole, no longer daji ko tole. You understand? I mean, yalong baluo kono mo the principles tole. He's a man of principles. You can't take that from him. But he have done his definitely he have really loved the country and he have done his part also, and he's still doing his part. He's giving services pro bono.
Yeah.
Lamin is not a millionaire, but he's doing so pro bono for human rights. So he knew so at the helm. Will be siala woti. So but being kajela mo do dun desan ba kumul fola ma ibe kumul fola mo le ma mo long. Kuma jamal be fola man jarala. Al na ñoo xoroma na ñoo buña xoromo mam min di la ngana horomanta ya yalla kuma jamal le fota ntolu we are senior, we are insiders. I am professional. I will not come out try to throw stones with anybody. No. And I'm ahead of those kind of things. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very well.
Uncle, we have like 3 minutes to go, and
Right.
I want you to tell us. I mean, manatina ya Taliban suda choose yala ala daji ko to mune nya faje. Anum fane muna soto ka fa gameno le when you come to Taliban suda mo sivanya di that ahead of this election.
Talib mo horomo. nte hormo min benna tema hormo min dinna wala tin nan daji ko ay daji ko lo soto tali buka mo barandi mulka kumol min be fo dende wala wal man soto. You understand me? He's very compound. You know, ay discipline soto ay hadamaya soto ndeni talibe mitinol ke ñokanne mitinol men ya lon ko pour que mol ke klingol ti naay wol kele anu na jele ko he's somebody man, he's a straight shooter. Billahi wallahi taala, he's a straight shooter. Mol be ñe platform de science ba gibe kan ni wol ma be do mitinol la. The man is a straight shooter. He don't mince his words. You understand? Talib man ke hypocrite. Nga mol ba fala he's a hypocrite, he's this. That is not the man's character. Imari fon jibe bang fete kamin fo ñinma fo ñimari ñimu ñinati bang be hypocrite ko lonna de. You know, nchita mitinol to kumul fotale mini alon ko definitely those are really inhumane about a man me alon he's a very decent man. You know, look at it. Gambia mumbel talti, it's a collective bargain. Ngoleko, you know, the Gambia our homeland, let's strive and works, you know, ntole tamu utalna doko for the betterment of our generation yet unborn. This kind of dirty politics at a more sambala. The presidency will never be acclaimed through dirty politics. Never. You know, some of us we are okay. We live in the West, but we have an extended family back home in the Gambia. Let's do it for their sake. The new party of obnoxious politics stand up, eradicate within every data I see. You are a hypocrite, you are this and this. Now, what about Ninta Finda and Namfananqueta leader? But, you know, I'm the politics of Amodi. In Alifa Neng, you expect me to spare you Ila Alifa? No, but you know why? I make sure I'm not going to get myself into that. You know, not buffons, they are buffons, buffon, this betrayal, even your back, thing. Look, my friend, what kind of sense is this? Morke, it's a weapon of the banendro, when the Dajika Sifa mode, what Dajika Noring. Shooting to get shooting bumbum already. Nenduro sa kemo Dajika Kende Aliu. And Roman Dajika, the Bora started into Combo Gunjun Bakoti, Nendro, Woman Dajikan Tayala Wodi, and Duntola Alifal Mankulu Dajikan Tayala. And we don't mince our words. Buka dogo dogo, you understand? Gunjurunko Buka dogo dogo bako, then Buka dogo dogo until we are straight shooters. Ibe minte be wolto, imantara minte buka taraji. That is me. I don't mince my word. And I have no cigarette in my closet. Whoever have it, bring it out. I left the Gambia when I was young. And today I'm an old man working for my retirement. You understand? So if you have political beef, not me, I'm, Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. And I hope it can containing. Activity will achieve. You understand? There will be no government is going to change my life. At government in Alana. Many are they are hustling for positions. Let them continue hustling. Bob Ture is not hustling. I'm working for a corporate company, and then in the next 5 years, I'll go home, invest in agriculture. That is my plan. But not to go and work after being in public in corporate service here for 30-something years. I'm not gonna do that. Thank you so much, Aliu. I appreciate you.
Uncle, finally, if you had the attention of every Gambian tonight, 1 minute, what would you tell them about the future of our country, the Gambia?
The future of our country as a bright when we have leaders, they are progressive and inclusivity, yata, ya kumayandi, kajeko, we are all one, banko mumbe talti, and the social service ning, that a part of their manifestos, kajeko, ni sita, you understand me, jama hakomundi ibadila walla. You understand? Andunte woje muntolde, walan NUP and United, ila leadership ning, nalondeko, they will definitely, govern, credibly. So our future is bright. For 2026 is going to determine that. If you miss that opportunity to cast your vote, Molamini Alonko, Wolu, it's going to be a transitional politics long what you do, and then after when we win we're going to compensate you, maybe you go and work at the one of the embassies I mean morke morke mire fangolla like na kalamudal no 20 moldole fonkol palasol in the jang protocol palasol tegedal no you understand mole from position but bob to the nama from position than in from position, you understand. So dukare in NUP and Unite, there is nobody me alone ko iba ko, I'm preparing myself for maybe an international job. Taita dabandingota, tubabo la dabandingota, ya mega nice, ya famine ke banko nyin kuja male biji semi bona uje. The country's future will be determined on December 5th. Inshallah. Inshallah, wallahi, Mbarindimo, Unite and NUP and our other allies, we will definitely trump.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you so much, Uncle. Kita nyokon dan kubati yena invitation hono nyami. Sunday la mu family, in the morning family like a Sunday soro. But ye time we belaje purkana ke dan kunna purkana niya kacha kula me anaka dending ila public life la ila transition to politics. And ye ko don min ke dunia kono. Bimu fere me anaka kere karana ba balti. Bari maybe ibuka public interview ka bake bari jigita nyim interview mu nyonta on lati ye interview min beke no komanda demanding. Akhirnya kontan kubari bi keso jang profon mbari yasi nakacha and kontan da bake wala and kontan da bake economy so nya fanan kabin to moment na conversation will start akhirnya kontan kubari jibera ba dawada banko kanim banko e banda na tentu bake na jay atal mi anno kalbe comment section ko jang alba monsieur sen kan akhirnya kontan kubari pour kaja ko alternative fe mantoro wadi kini an tala anu friending people kawan fatara dandula ala barka bake follow kunala anu onkul nyamba samalna na baka jara bake bari ni wala anu motam bari fe ala jande mo ke ba bari fe ala dafa ni wasal la nyokan barka bake onkul, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate you, my brother.